Have you ever stopped to wonder about the true origins of Europeans? What secrets do the ancient texts of the Bible hold about their roots and journeys through history? Embark with us on a journey to unravel a historical enigma, where mythology meets reality and faith meets fact, to weave the tale of an entire continent's beginnings. This tale transcends time, connecting the past to our present and future heritage. Support our channel by hitting like, following for more thrilling discoveries, and sharing your insights in the comments below. Let the adventure begin. Europe, a continent rich with thousands of years of history, unites a tapestry of nations and cultures. From Germany, Austria, and Poland to Hungary, France, Italy, Romania, and beyond. What if I told you the Bible, Christianity's revered scripture, offers not just spiritual guidance but also insights into the origins of European peoples? Genesis chapter 10, famously known as the Table of Nations, details the ancient patriarchs who are considered the forefathers of many global and European civilizations. The Bible reveals that after the Great Flood, Noah's three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, became the progenitors of all humanity. Japheth, in particular, is identified as the ancestor of the peoples who expanded north and west, laying the foundations of Europe. In chapter 10 of Genesis, the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras, are identified as the patriarchs of various nations and peoples. Gomer, for instance, is connected to the Sumerians, the ancestors of several groups in Eastern Europe and Germany, while Javan is believed to be the progenitor of the Greeks, a civilization that shaped much of Western thought and culture. Scholars have long delved into this biblical lineage, examining how the Bible not only lists these ancestors, but also provides insights into the geographical and cultural spheres they inhabited. Dr. Bill Cooper, in After the Flood, notes, "The Bible offers more than genealogies. It reveals the territories and cultural legacies of these ancestral lines. The mark of these lineages can still be seen in modern European populations." After the Flood, Cooper, 1995. Intriguingly, both Greek and Macedonian peoples, highlighted in ancient texts and mythologies, are often regarded as descendants of Javan. Ancient Greek civilization, with its monumental contributions to philosophy, art, and science, deeply influenced the trajectory of Western civilization, a testament to the enduring relevance of these biblical connections. Some historians suggest that Magog, another son of Japheth, might be linked to the Scythians, a nomadic group that once controlled vast territories in both Europe and Asia. These biblical narratives offer a rich tapestry of historical context, revealing that the Bible is not just a spiritual guide, but also a key source of historical information on the roots of various peoples. This perspective invites us to explore the fascinating ties between ancient European peoples and biblical figures, sparking intriguing questions about how faith, history, and cultural identity intertwine across the ages. Based on the biblical and historical records, Japheth, one of Noah's three sons, is considered the progenitor of European peoples. This belief is not only affirmed in Scripture, but also supported by ancient Semitic texts, genealogical traditions, and Jewish scholarship. Japheth, often called the father of the Japhethites, has a name that evokes meanings such as beautiful, pale, expansive, or fertile, symbolizing the extraordinary spread and growth of his descendants across Europe. These meanings not only reflect geographical expansion, but also underscore the profound cultural and demographic impact of Japheth's line throughout history. The connection between Japheth and European peoples is further evidenced not only through historical texts, but also through the study of modern languages. Linguists have long noted that European languages, including English, German, Russian, Ukrainian, and others, belong to the Indo-European language family. The phrase Japhethite tongues has often been associated with Japheth, suggesting a direct link between the biblical ancestors and the subsequent development of European languages. Scholars, including Dr. David Rohl, argue that the Table of Nations in Genesis chapter 10 should be viewed not merely as myth, but as a valuable historical document. As Rohl writes, these genealogies offer an ancient and reliable map, revealing how nations emerged and spread after the flood. Legend, The Genesis of Civilization, 1998. This reinforces the idea that biblical texts provide more than spiritual teachings. They are a treasure trove of historical data. The careful study of Japheth's descendants gives us deeper insights into his significant role in shaping the cultures and languages of Europe. The Celts, Slavs, and Germanic peoples, all believed to be Japheth's progeny, have left profound cultural legacies. This enhances the view that the Bible is not only a sacred text, but also a crucial historical document that unveils the origins and progress of ancient civilizations. Exploring Japheth's lineage connects us not only with the history of Europe, but also uncovers intriguing links between history, language, and religious narratives. This area of study captures the interest of theologians, historians, and archaeologists alike, offering a comprehensive understanding of how ancient myths tie into historical events. In ancient Israel, the term Japhethites was used to refer to the peoples of Greece, derived from Javan, one of Japheth's sons, as stated in Genesis. Javan is considered the progenitor of the Greeks, and the Bible carefully lists his descendants, such as Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. These names represent not only people, but also specific cultural and geographical groups, shedding light on the roots of many European nations. Let's now explore the descendants of Japheth and the historical implications of their legacy. Be sure to like this video and share it with others to spread this fascinating knowledge. Japheth, one of Noah's 3 sons, had 7 sons: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras, along with grandsons like Gomer's children, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarma, and Javan's children, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, Dodanim. These figures are considered the forefathers of various ethnic groups, each closely tied to the cultural and historical development of Europe. Ashkenaz, forefather of the Germanic peoples. Ashkenaz, son of Gomer and grandson of Japheth, is seen as the origin of the Germanic peoples. The term Ashkenaz has also been used by the Jewish community to refer to Germany and other Germanic-speaking regions. Ashkenazi Jews, in particular, have maintained the tradition of calling Germany and surrounding areas Ashkenazic, signifying their belief that the ancient Germanic tribes descended from Ashkenaz. This connection has persisted through Jewish culture over many centuries. Riphath, forefather of the Celtic peoples. Riphath, another son of Gomer, is viewed as the biblical ancestor of the Celts. Ancient texts and Irish tradition, recognizing the Irish as direct descendants of the Celts, point to Riphath as playing a vital role in the formation of the Celtic tribes, whose influence spread throughout Europe. This underscores the link between Japheth's descendants and early European civilizations. Madai, forefather of the Aryan peoples. Madai, one of Japheth's 7 sons, is believed to be the ancestor of the Aryan or Iranian peoples. Historical sources and the Bible suggest that the Medes, Parthians, and ancient Persians trace their roots to Madai. The name Madai is strongly associated with the Medes, Medo, a prominent people in ancient Iran. The Medes, Parthians, and Persians left an indelible mark on the cultural, religious, and political fabric of the region. Tubal and Meshech, forefathers of the Slavic peoples. Tubal and Meshech, sons of Japheth, are regarded as the progenitors of the Slavic peoples, including the Russians and Ukrainians. Scholars commonly interpret the biblical land of Gog and Magog as corresponding to the territories of modern Russia and Ukraine. The prophecies of Gog and Magog, found in the books of Ezekiel, Daniel, and Revelation, emphasize the role of Japheth's descendants in the fulfillment of apocalyptic events, adding further weight to the historical and theological study of Tubal and Meshech. Magog, a symbolic figure in prophecy. Magog, one of Japheth's sons, is considered the ancestral figure for the Scythians and East European peoples. He is also mentioned in biblical prophecies, where his significance in the end times is underscored. In apocalyptic literature, especially the Book of Revelation, Magog is portrayed as a key figure in the final events of the world. His role has become an important point of discussion in connecting the Bible with the history of Eastern Europe. The genealogies from Japheth not only reflect the growth and expansion of European peoples, but also provide a fascinating lens through which we can examine the intersection of the Bible with world history. Figures such as Ashkenaz, Riphath, Madai, Tubal, and Meshech transcend their biblical roles, representing the very tribes that laid the foundations for European civilizations. Delving into these genealogies not only uncovers the origins of European nations, but also highlights the Bible's significance as a historical and spiritual document, offering a deeper understanding of both ancient and modern cultures. The accounts in Genesis show how the descendants of Japheth have made an indelible impact on the world. From the Germanic peoples to the Slavs, from the Celts to the ancient Persians, studying Japheth's descendants gives us valuable insights into European history while allowing us to trace cultural and religious influences throughout time. The roots of European ethnic groups are inextricably linked to the narratives of the Bible. One of the prominent figures in these stories is Tiras, considered the ancestor of the ancient Italians. Through his connection with the Atrans, a people integral to the formation of ancient Italy, Tiras plays a key role in European heritage. The Atrans were pivotal in the development of the Italian peninsula, particularly as they allied with other Japhethic tribes to build the Roman Empire. Roman civilization was shaped by influences from the Atrans as well as from Javan, another of Japheth's sons. Javan, the son of Japheth, is named in the Bible as the forefather of the Greeks. Yet Javan's influence stretches beyond Greece itself, affecting many other peoples that shared strong linguistic, cultural, and historical connections to the Greek world. This expansion of Javan's descendants throughout the Mediterranean and Europe is a testament to their cultural reach. The sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim, represent distinct regions and peoples, spanning from the Aegean to distant corners of the Mediterranean. A compelling aspect of Japheth's descendants is the linguistic overlap between the names of his children and grandchildren. Despite being recorded in diverse languages such as Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic, these names bear striking resemblances, pointing to a shared cultural heritage. This linguistic connection may be explained by the biblical account of the Tower of Babel, where human languages were divided as a divine response to mankind's arrogance. While this event scattered the peoples, it also left a legacy of linguistic and cultural unity that binds these ancient groups together. Tiras holds a unique role among Japheth's children, primarily due to his association with the peoples of the Italian peninsula. While no direct evidence links Tiras to the Romans, it is believed that the Atrans, who lived in central and northern Italy, were descendants of Tiras. Their fusion with Greek influences through Javan contributed to the rich cultural fabric of ancient Rome. The bond between Japheth's descendants from Tiras to Javan provides a fascinating lens through which we can examine the origins of European nations, shedding light on the linguistic, cultural, and historical diversity that has shaped the region. This exploration is not just historical. It also clarifies the biblical stories, linking them to cultural practices and the rise of great civilizations throughout the course of human history. In biblical tradition, there is an ancient tale of a common language called Adamite, the language that the early descendants of Adam and Eve used to communicate. This language symbolizes the unity and closeness of humanity before the Tower of Babel, which scattered the languages of the world. Today, the world displays remarkable linguistic diversity, with thousands of languages, each reflecting its unique history and evolution. A clear example of this linguistic journey is modern Greek, which originates from ancient Greek and was spoken since classical antiquity. Over the centuries, the language has undergone significant grammatical and lexical changes to become the form of Greek spoken today. Elisha, one of Javan's sons, is regarded as the progenitor of the ancient Greeks. In the Bible, Elisha is depicted as the father of the early Greek peoples. The name Elisha bears a striking resemblance to the term Hellas, the ancient name for Greece, a similarity that spans English, Hebrew, and especially Greek. Elisha, the grandson of Japheth, symbolizes not only a people, but also the beginning of a civilization that deeply influenced European culture, philosophy, and language. Tares, another of Javan's sons, holds a special place in biblical studies. Tares is described as the ancestor of the Taresian people, the first inhabitants of the Iberian Peninsula. Today, the Spanish and Portuguese are considered descendants of Tares. Despite some intermingling with Semitic peoples and other Japhethic lines, Tares remains the central figure of their lineage. In the Bible, the Iberian Peninsula is frequently associated with Tarshish, an ancient, resource-rich area mentioned in the Phoenician voyages. The name Tares and the biblical references to ancient Iberia highlight a deep connection, underlining the Taresian impact on history. Kittim, Javan's third son, is closely associated with the island of Cyprus in the Bible. The ancient people of Cyprus and those from the eastern Mediterranean are thought to be Kittim's descendants. In the biblical context, Kittim not only represents a specific people, but also stands for a region that was both strategically important and prosperous within the Mediterranean world. This is significant, as Cyprus became a major center for trade and cultural exchange in antiquity. Dodanim, Javan's fourth son, is a debated figure in biblical studies due to discrepancies in name transcriptions. Some scholars argue that the name may have been written incorrectly, and that he could have been known as Rodanim, or Dorm. Nevertheless, Dodanim is commonly considered the ancestor of the Dardanians, an ancient Trojan people mentioned in the Greek epics. The Dardanians, who lived in the northwestern part of Asia Minor, played an important role in the Trojan War, immortalized in Homer's Iliad. One notable aspect of Javan's descendants is the linguistic connection between their names and ancient languages. Even though the Japhethic, Semitic, and Hamitic peoples developed distinct languages after the Babel event, the names Elisha, Kittim, and Dodanim still carry traces of the original linguistic unity. This not only underscores the profound links between ancient civilizations, but also sheds light on how languages have developed over time, influenced by migration, cultural exchange, and other key historical events. The exploration of Javan's descendants and their people provides valuable insight not just into European history, but into the broader cultural and linguistic progress of mankind. From the Greeks to the Teresians and Dardanians, these lineages each played a role in shaping the diverse and rich heritage of the world we know today. Together, we've delved into the origins of European nations as presented in the Bible, from the intriguing tales of Japheth's sons to the connections between these ancient peoples and their ancestral roots. We hope this video has enhanced your understanding of European history and heritage through the biblical narrative. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative and engaging, please make sure to like and share it with your friends so they can explore these insights as well. We thank God for the wisdom and direction we've received. Wishing you a blessed day, and see you in the next video.